First thing I'm going to do is remove the hubcap. If you don't have steel wheels, if you have aluminum wheels, you don't need to do this, but you can use a little pry bar. Sometimes these are stuck on there. Just be gentle so you don't break it. There we go, set that aside. And then with a 21mm socket, remove all 5 of your lug nuts. Leave that last one on just a little bit, because if the tire is stuck on like this one, you can take a rubber mallet and hit it from the backside, hit the tire, not the rim, because you don't want to bend it. And that last lug nut makes it so that the tire doesn't fly off when you hit it. And remove the wheel. I'm going to start by removing the caliper off the bracket. Use a 14mm socket. Break these 2 bolts free. Leave that in just a little bit. Same to the bottom. And now that they're loose, before you remove them all the way, take a small pry bar or a screwdriver, whatever you have, and you want to just pry the caliper piston in, squish it a little bit. That's going to help you get the caliper off easier. Take these off completely. Take the caliper off, and I like to put it right on top of the brakes here. You can hang it with a bungee cord if you'd like. You just want to make sure there's no pressure on this hose, because it can damage it. Before we take the caliper bracket off, pop the old pads out. And next, with a 17mm socket, you want to remove these 2 bolts here. That holds the caliper bracket onto the knuckle. Okay, leave that one in just a little bit and remove the top one. The reason for that is so that when you remove the top one, the bottom doesn't come flying up. All right. Hold the caliper bracket and remove the bottom bolt, and remove your caliper bracket. And now you can remove the rotor. If for some reason your rotor is stuck on here, this hub is very rusty, so I'm surprised it wasn't stuck, but what you can do is hammer right in between the studs. Just make sure you don't hit the studs, otherwise you'll damage the threads on them. I'm gonna tie this caliper up here so it doesn't fall down while I'm working. With the caliper bracket on my work table, I'm gonna remove these old anti-rattle clips, and with a wire brush I want to clean underneath them. If you have a lot of rust buildup, you can use a little sanding disc. This one's not too bad, so a wire brush should do. But basically what you want to do is remove all the raised rust chunks so that your new hardware can seat properly. Otherwise, if it's raised, it'll compress the pads as you're trying to put them in, and then you're going to have seized pads, and that's no good. Okay, that's good. Now you want to apply a little bit of grease so that this doesn't happen again. You just want a thin coating. You don't want too much, because once you put the hardware on, if you put too much grease, it'll squeeze out, and then it's going to get onto your rotor, which you don't want. Your brake kit should have come with hardware, so make sure you install that the right way. I mean, it can really only go one way, but make sure it's pressed down all the way and it's secured. So here in the middle, it needs to slide. It has 2 little ears that have to go down into the hole, or into the cutout for the rotor, but then it also has to go over these 2 areas and press down all the way. Do the same to the other side. Make sure it's pressed down all the way. Perfect. The next step is to take out these slider pins, get the boot off of them. This one's a little stiff. Oh yeah, that's pretty rusty. But at least it's not seized, so that's going to need to be cleaned up. And you'll notice this has a rubber bushing here. It's important that you keep it on the same side that it came out of, because this is for vibration dampening. So It's not going to damage anything if you put it on the other side, but you know, it's designed that way for a reason. This one's also very rusty, so they're both going to need a good cleaning. Shake off all the dust that fell in there. And there's still some grease in here, so I'm not too worried about the inside of the bore on the caliper bracket, but I do want to clean this rust up, and I'm going to do it in my wire wheel. You can use a wire brush or whatever you have, but basically you want this rust gone, and you also want to clean up this lip right there. That's where the boot seals up, and it's important that you have it cleaned so that it can seal up and no water gets in. Now with the rust cleaned off, I'm going to use a little bit of brake parts cleaner and degrease both of these pins. Now if you had a lot of rust build up inside of the bore of the caliper, you would want to put brake clean down the hole and use a bore brush, spin it in there. I still had some grease, although it was a little bit dry, but it's clean enough to where I don't necessarily need to clean the inside. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of extra grease to the inside of this boot here. This is going to act as a reserve of grease. Do that to both sides. And now, with that extra grease in there, I'm going to go ahead and grease the two pins. And I remember that the one with the rubber piece on the end goes in this hole right here. And as you slide it in, make sure that grease goes up on top of that lip there where the boot seals. The grease will make sure to make a good seal and allow no water to get in. Grease up the other slider pin as well, and insert it into its appropriate location. Again, make sure the grease goes up, and this one seems to have a little bit of air stuck in there, so press it and then squeeze the boot. That'll squeeze out the excess air and grease. And now our caliper is ready for installation. If your hub is rusty and it needs to be cleaned up, you definitely want to either use a wire brush or a sanding disc of some sort and clean off all the rust as well as you can. This is obviously a new hub, so I don't have to worry about that. Whatever you do, at the end you want to apply some indices to the hub surface. That's going to prevent the rotor from sticking to it in the future, and it's also going to prevent rust from building up. I want to install my rotor backwards just temporarily because these come with an oil coating from the factory to prevent them from rusting on the shelf. So you actually want to clean that oil coating off. Otherwise you get oil on your brakes and that's not good. Flip it around, install it the right way, and clean off the front as well. Next, put your caliper bracket back on and start on the two bolts that hold it. I'll bottom them out and then torque them to 79 foot-pounds. Okay, again, torque these to 79 foot-pounds. Perfect. Next, you want to put on your brake pads, slide them into their appropriate spot. Okay, make sure they are seated all the way and they can move freely. If they're stuck, that means you have too much rust buildup and you need to keep cleaning. To press the caliper piston back in, which you have to do because the new pads are thicker, I'm using a caliper depression tool. You can also use a big C-clamp or large pliers, whatever you have. Basically, you want to slowly push this piston back in. Don't go fast. Just make sure that it is pushing back. If it's stuck or it needs a lot of force, that means it's most likely seized and you need a new caliper. In my case, it's going back very smoothly, so that's perfect. And I'm going to push it back until it stops, which is right there. Release your tool, remove your old brake pad. I was just using this as a spacer. Now you want to clean off any debris or old grease that's on here. Apply a very thin layer of grease to the outer ring of this piston. That's going to prevent any excess noise and help it seal up against the pad so you don't get a whole lot of rust in there. And do the same, put a little bit of grease on the inside of the two ears here for the same reason. Now you can take your caliper, flip it over, and install it over the brake pads. I'm going to start in the top bolt first just so I can stay on here. Go ahead and line up the bottom one. Install your bottom bolt. Go ahead and tighten these two bolts to 25 foot-pounds. That's one. That's two. Perfect. At this point, you can do the other side and then pump up your brake pedal so that the pads can squish up against the rotor. Otherwise, the first time you take it out, your pedal's going to go to the floor. Go ahead and put the wheel back on. Start on all 5 of your lug nuts. Snug them up and torque them to 76 foot-pounds. In a cross pattern, torque these to 76 foot-pounds. And if you have these steel wheels with hubcaps, to put the hubcap on, make sure you match this cutout with the valve stem, because if you don't, it's going to just crush the valve stem and then, well, it could damage it. Perfect. Now take it for a road test.